KBK. Interior hallway, outside bedroom, night. Karaleigh, 26, is a natural beauty with a hint of edge. She, along with the bubbly but deadly Portia, 27, and Dodge, 30, her strong, silent boyfriend, approach a closed door. Karaleigh backs away. Portia takes Karaleigh by the hands, looks into her eyes with sincerity.
You can do this. Just close your eyes and go to your happy place. Next thing you know, the penetration's over, and there's nothing to it.
That's easy for you to say.
I know, right? And now it's your turn.
Portia and Dodge begin to make out. Karaleigh takes a deep breath, walks on. At the doorway, she stops to think. Apprehensively, she places her hand upon the doorknob, gives it a turn. Interior master bedroom night. Alone, Karaleigh enters a large and elegant bedroom.
Hello?
Cautiously, she looks around the room, gathering strength as she does.
Okay, listen. I don't want to be here any more than you, so...
She freezes up. A dark and chilling ambience overcomes the scene. A fresh trail of blood leads to the bed. On the king-sized bed is a dead businessman with multiple stab wounds. Enter Jeffrey, 35. Smallish, bookish, and covered with blood, he clutches a knife in his hand. Slowly, he stalks toward Karaleigh.
I was wondering if you're going to show.
Stunned, Karaleigh can only stand and stare. Suddenly, Portia steps in beside Karaleigh. She shakes her head in disbelief. After a brief pause, she walks toward Jeffrey, who stops in his tracks.
Why did you do this?
Jeffrey responds with a nonchalant shrug.
Fucker started getting lippy and shit, so I thought it would be easy on her if I...
Portia reaches in, snatches the knife from Jeffrey's hand. The ambience returns to normal.
Well, get over yourself, Jeffrey. This isn't about you. This is supposed to be her special night.
And it is still, so relax.
Jeffrey whistles, motions toward the back. Muffled cries come from off-screen with heightening intensity. Enter Alex, 25, incredibly well-groomed. He leads a gagged and terrified woman, Tammy, 41, toward Karaleigh. Karaleigh stares blankly, almost catatonic, as Portia takes her by the hand. Karaleigh is too dazed to resist. Karaleigh breathes anxiously as Portia rips the gag from Tammy's mouth. Tammy does her best to cling to her composure.
Whatever it is that you want, just take it and go, please.
We're going to take your life. And that's just what's going to happen. But that doesn't mean you can't keep your dignity.
Tammy hangs her head, bursts into tears of hysterics.
No, please, no, please.
Or not.
Tammy's bleeding and sobbing continues as Portia takes the stunned Karaleigh by the hand, puts the knife to Tammy's side. Portia calmly instructs the docile Karaleigh as Tammy's pleading continues all the while.
Anyway, you want to go for the kidneys if you want a quick kill.
Portia looks up as Tammy, making casual hand motions as she speaks, knife still in hand. Wide-eyed and clinging to hope, Tammy adamantly nods her head.
That I picked up from the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, where he's like this old, tiny gangbanger, and Daniel D. Diamond has a creepy glass eye.
Gangs of New York?
Portia looks up with a glare as a tense pause fills the room. Finally, Portia looks up with a smile. Tammy's demeanor becomes cautiously hopeful.
That's the one! I love that movie!
Me too.
We could totally watch it later, if not for the whole,
Portia finishes with a sadistically bubbly giggle. Tammy melts into despair.
Now where was I?
Visibly nervous, Karaleigh focuses back into frame.
Leonardo DiCaprio as a gangbanger?
No. Well, yeah, but no. Okay, listen. My meds are something shiny away from checking out for the night, and my ADD can't wait to make my brain its bitch. We need to make this happen, like, now.
Portia releases the knife into Karaleigh's trembling hand. Portia steps back beside Jeffrey and Dodge.
And remember, you want to make it memorable. You want to make it intimate.
Intimate?
Yeah, like, intimate.
Tammy takes a breath, momentarily suppresses her tears.
Please, you don't have to do this. You can't. These are bad people.
Portia comes storming over. Dodge attempts to hold her back. Tammy recoils in terror as Alex struggles to keep his footing.
Oh, fuck you, you stupid hag.
Portia.
No! We're trying to keep this as professional as possible. She has no right to make it personal.
Dodge and Jeffrey manage to restrain Portia, pull her back.
Tonight's not about you. It's about...
Jeffrey and Dodge chortle away as Portia turns to them.
Shut up! Shut up, just shut up!
Karaleigh raises her trembling hand, holds the knife to Tammy's stomach.
Look, I'm sorry, but I have to do this.
Karaleigh presses the knife deeper, not breaking the skin. The pacing of the scene slows. The only sound to be heard is the surrealistic thump of a heartbeat, the intensity of which increases. Tammy closes her eyes tightly, Her wince becomes more intense as Karaleigh looks away, continues to drive the knife in deeper. Portia, Dodge, and Jeffrey's eyes widen with anticipation. As the intensity hits a climax, Karaleigh lets out a whimper, abruptly pulls out, turns away. The pacing and audio returns to normal. Tammy takes a sigh of relief, releases tension. Alex rolls his eyes impatiently, takes a deep exhale. Tammy turns her head to Alex, who responds with a moderately apologetic simper and a shrug.
What's happening? Are you still going to,
Probably.
Karaleigh walks towards the others, hands Portia the knife, walks away, her head hung low. Portia begins to follow. As Karaleigh exits, Portia stops in her tracks upon reaching the door. A well-dressed woman, Abigail, 41, enters in a slow and surrealistic fashion.
She'll be fine.
Portia responds with a docile nod as Abigail matronly brushes a stray lock of hair from Portia's hair. Abigail proceeds toward Tammy, effortlessly spinning her hair into a flawless bun, which she fashions with a black velvet band from her wrist.
Listen, he probably deserved this, but I swear I had nothing to do with any of...
Her eyes widen in shock.
Oh my God. You're his wife. I'm so sorry.
Abigail gently places her index and middle finger over Hammy's mouth, speaks in a warm and calming tone.
No, I'm not his wife. And if anything, I'm the one who should be apologizing for the behavior of my youngest. You seem perfectly sufficient from my perspective, but Karaleigh wants for her first time to be something special, magical. So please don't take this personal.
Just as Tammy's comfort level begins to rise, Abigail abruptly plunges the knife into her abdomen, eliciting a gasp. Abigail takes a moment to stare into Tammy's dying eyes.
But I guess you just weren't the one.
She gives the knife an abrupt twist, pulls it up and out. With a burst of agony, Tammy goes limp, dead. Alex releases the body, which flops to the ground like a sack of potatoes. He kneels to the ground, places his fingers over her eyes, begins to palm them closed.
Please don't do that.
Alex pulls back abruptly.
It makes them look so peaceful. Kind of creeps me out.
Abigail removes the band from her hair, shakes it out, looks toward the door with a pleasant smile. She blows a matronly kiss. Karaleigh peers on from outside the doorway, a conflicted expression on her face, as she hangs her head, walks away.